Damn. I was live that whole time and not even talking. My mic was not connected. Can you guys hear me now? Holy shit. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I just happened to look over and realize my microphone was not turned on. Ain't that a bitch? I've been talking for like 8 minutes to nothing. Holy shit. You weren't hearing me the whole time, I'm sure, and I apologize for that. Oh my god. Alright. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start over. What happens when it's 8 o'clock in the morning and you're tired? Because I didn't sleep for shit last night. Alright, I apologize again. I want to make sure whoever's in this company lets me and Ed know as soon as possible. There is a post about this on the boards about 2K22. Please go there and let us know if you're buying the game right away or if you're waiting. And if you're waiting, when you think you might be getting it. Because here's the problem. I'm going to take Professor, for example. I know he's not getting the game. I also know I made his call for him. He's taken care of. We'll take Nathan Blade, for example. He made his own call. He made his own guy. Did his own thing. So, if he doesn't get the game right away, it's going to be difficult for anyone other than himself to make his call. Unless he had someone make it for him, he can get a hold of them. So, that's what we need to know. Because if you're not going to get in the game right away, which is understandable, I'm afraid to get the game right away because of what happened with 2K20. But with that being said, if you're not uploaded in the community creations for 2K22, we obviously can't download you, get you on our rosters going forward. So we're going to do some kind of storyline to put you out of the show, whether it be for a couple days, a week, a month, whatever it might be. We can storyline it. Because if you're going to get the game on the 11th, 12th, 13th, we ain't got to do nothing. You're good. You just might miss a show. No harm, no foul. Also, when you make your new call in 2K22, for the love of God, don't do what Feck did. Please do not do what Feck did. And what I mean by that, Feck, I know you're out there. And Feck's going to hear this, and he's going to know. When Feck was in 2K18, he had a small, like less than 6 foot tall, less than 200 pound, light skin, blonde dreadlocks, Jamaican. Now, he kept the Jamaican gimmick, but the character of Feck all of a sudden became 6'4", 245 pounds. That's absurd. You know, you take Powerhouse's call, for example. If Powerhouse creates himself on 2K22 and all of a sudden he's got long hair to the ass, he's missing his beard, that's fine. That can happen. That makes sense. You see John Savage on the screen. He wants to make his beard a little more fuller. I can go with that. You know, he wants to dye his hair blonde. I can go with that. You know, things like that make sense. Yeah, he definitely hit a fucking growth spurt. It's out of control. But with that all being said, make your call as close to resembling what you look like now. Now, you can change your gear all you want. You can do that all you want. It's your guy. But please make the facial look of your call and his size and his body shape as resembling as close to as possible. Like John Savage wears nothing but black on black on black. If when that gets remade by Greg, Thomas O'Sullivan, John Savage, he's the same guy, and he wants to all of a sudden put him in blue and red, that's his choice. He may do so. But just try to keep your body of the guy the same. Make it look like him the same. You know, just, can you imagine, like I said, we try to make this as realistic as possible because unfortunately, that's why we do this. We go and we watch wrestling and we all wish we had our own company, or we all wish we could wrestle in said company. So that's what we're doing here with the GWA and UCW. We're giving that opportunity to me and Ed as like owners, and giving it to you guys as the call handlers, as the talent. So can you imagine if somebody went away for a week and all of a sudden returned and gained 300 pounds and looked way different? That'd be just ridiculous. So please make your call within reason and resemble mostly what you got. Now, hopefully one of you guys who's here, because it says we only got 5, so hopefully one of you 5 can answer this question for me, because I found this on the Creation Suite today. Just gotta see if I can find it again. Let's see. Let's see if I can locate it. I might have to do it this way. Trying to find it. Universe mode. That's not what I want. I want WWE 2K Creation Suite. Let's see if I can locate this while I'm looking for it. Remember, I am going live at 10 o'clock with my pay-per-view. Don't forget that. That's going to be fun. Hoping to give you guys a good show. And very well, might be my last show this month, considering this month is just about over. So you guys are aware. Damn. For some reason, I'm not seeing what I had saved. I don't know where it went. Oh, I know where it's at. It's right here. Dumbass. That's me, dumbass. Dr. Dumbass. Dr. Dumbass at your service. I thought I saved it. Yeah, I did save it, but I saved it on my phone. Fucking dumbass. Oh, man. At least I think I did. Maybe I didn't. Let me look. No, I don't have it on my phone. Shit. So I did save it. Now I don't remember where I saved it. Because it's got me concerned because I don't understand it. So I'm looking. I did see it on Twitter not that long ago, this morning. Maybe I can find it scrolling down. But in any case, who plans on being here for the show at 10? Anybody? Just wondering who's going to show up. He got his tickets. I got your message, by the way, Mr. TCW, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to say it out loud. Oh my God, you were killing me. This ought to persuade you. Oh, shit. Fucking killing me. I am ready, really looking for this. I had this on my screen, and then it disappeared. But that's what happens with Twitter. Things vanish. I think I just found it. Oh, yes, we got it. Alright, tell me if anyone in the room understands this. Because this is in 2K22, and it has me honestly a little bit concerned. Because I don't understand. Alright, Creation Suite. It says, the industry-leading Creation Suite returns with the all-new cross-platform Community Creations, a featured creator section that highlights a player and their content, community creation upvoting, ranked mode, a create a superstar wizard for quicker creations, and gimmick creator. Underneath that now, it says create an arena, CAA in parentheses, create a superstar, CAS, create a champion, CAC, Money in the Bank, MITB. Underneath it, pre-order now. Now, for me, when I think Creation Suite and it says uploader, I'm thinking I got to create my call and use said uploader to upload my call into the community creations for people to buy. So when I read cross-platform community creations, I know that already means Xbox, PlayStation, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. I get all that, but it's saying right here in plain text, you have to pre-order that. One, why is it not in the game to begin with, if I'm reading this correctly? Why do I need to pre-order it, and when would it be available? Because if that's the case, there's no creating and uploading of calls right away. So I don't know if anyone has seen this, heard about this, or knows about this. But if you do, let me know. And anybody tuning in now and you want to catch the beginning of the show, fast forward 9 minutes. My microphone was on mute like a dumbass. So I am fully confused by that particular situation in the game, and has been verified, has been shown and screenshotted and talked about now, but I don't know the information. So, got me a little concerned. Like I said, I keep saying that, I know. Again, I'm going live at 10 a.m. with Sweet Emotions pay-per-view. If you want to send segments, please do. If I run out of space, not to worry. I'll still be able to use it if I can use it. I don't always use every segment because it don't make sense with the show, but I do my best when I get them, and you still get the credit for trying. Even if it's not used, I still take care of it. It's what I do. Now, I want to let you guys know, like I said, once we move to 2K22, we have two options. They've been releasing unfinished games. You buy the DLC. Sounds about right. We have two options going towards 2K22, and this is for me. This is not for Ed. If Ed wants to echo this, obviously he will. But this is what I want to let you guys know. When the game drops on March the 8th, assume we have a creator that we can go and upload calls right away. What do? Do we, one, stay on 2K19 until we get everything going on 2K22? Or do we halt production until we're ready to roll on 2K22? That's an honest conversation I want you guys to think about and have. I will be posting about this on the boards in a poll question some point after I go off the air. And I want honest opinions on it. I don't want you just to vote. I would like to hear why you say what you say. For honest opinions. I would love the feedback. I'd love the interaction. I'd love for you guys to be a part of it. Just to know what you really want to do and how you really want to do it. It's just, to me it's important to know what our community wants. To me it's important to know what you guys want. So that's the way I want it. So like I said, I'll be posting that here as soon as I can, and you guys can vote, and then we'll take it from there. Now, let me make sure I have this right here. Alright. There we go. Now I got that good. Now, like I said, I mentioned this when I was on the mute like a dumbass. This is a conversation for all of you who are here now, or will listen to the replay, that have more than one call in the company. And when I say company, I mean Call Wrestling Network. That means GWA and UCW, because I know Ed's behind me 100% on this particular statement. If you have more than one call, and carrying more than one call is becoming a little bit of an issue, please let us know and drop them. Drop somebody, release somebody, remove someone from your frame. Now, the reason why I've been a stickler recently, and some people think I'm being an ass about it, and and they can call me what they wish, it's fine, because I have been a bit of a dick about it, and I'm not going to lie. Please log into the boards. Please be on the boards. Please let me know you're here. The issue with that is there's too many call companies out here right now. There's so many. Everybody and their brother has one, and they're not all good. Some even completely suck. Some are absolutely freaking amazing. I believe what me and Ed have is somewhere in the middle, more above average. I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to pat myself on the back and say we're the shit, but I believe we're more above average. There's some companies out there that have amazing graphics, a great Twitter team and social media guys, but when they do their shows, I hear Michael Call and I hear Corey Graves. Fucking stop. When you tune into what me and Ed got, we don't have all that glitz and glamour and all the freaking bells and whistles, but you've got us calling the show, which adds to the show. When I gotta follow your storylines by reading the chat box, that's a little frustrating. It doesn't mean your show's not any good, and I don't want to pick on anybody who does that, but if you got through that stage and were calling your own show, your show's going to be that much better. The interaction is fantastic, and I love these companies who do shows. Some people call shows, and I almost would rather hear Michael Cole and Corey Graves, so it is what it is. But my point is This is almost a full-time job some days. And what I mean by that is this. Let's take today, for example. I'm going to be doing a show at 10 o'clock, which means I need to be off the air before 9:30 so I can get into the game where I am right now, make sure all my matches are booked, make sure everything is set up properly, make sure I didn't forget to click any title, make sure everything I need to know is in order. I then got to double check and make sure I didn't miss any segments from anybody, because I get segments sent to me on the boards, I get segments sent to me in Skype, I get segments sent to me via what's the word I'm looking for here? Text message. Jeez. I get these tweets, these messages, this and that, all over the place. I got to check all these locations. Okay? Once that's done, I then got to put the show on the air. Before I go live, I share it everywhere. Okay? Once I share it, I then got to call it. I call the show for all of you. How many people actually tune in from the moment I start to the moment I end? There's a few of you, but it's not everybody. There's more people who don't than there is that do. And I know that for a fact because our average viewing time per person is under 10 minutes. I do a show for 2 hours and each person's averaging under 10 minutes of viewing time for an average. But that's because one guy might watch all 2 hours and the next guy might watch 20 seconds. So it fucks up the overall average. Now, when the show is done, I got to go back on the boards, update records, update points, update the rankings as a whole, adjust any title changes that may have taken place, etc., etc. By the time I'm done with my show today, I will have worked on it from at least 9:30 at the latest till at least 2-3 o'clock. So that's, hey, it's BB. That's a 4 to 6 hour situation. So when I make the statement, please log into the boards with your call so I know you're around, I will repeat it till it's a dead horse. That's not hard to ask. And that also means if you have more than one call, which takes me to my initial statement, log in with all of them. And I only bring this up because I know some people, a few, have logged in with one call and then they don't log in with their other call for days. Ed has joined me in the 1 week thing. So if you're not logged in within a week, we're letting people go, and people may think that's wrong, but if you expect me to do a show every week, which I know you do, I expect you to let me know you're here every week. Fair is fair. And I've got more work to do than you do, because all you're doing is logging in, then it registers and you can log out, and that is fine. But I've also told people, the more active you are within the community of our Call Wrestling Network, the more I'm willing to push your call. Because quite frankly, I'd rather do a show with a guy that's going to be on my boards running his mouth and put the title on him, hopefully, than a guy who's not around. I'd rather put a guy in a title match that shows up to things when they can than not. And I think all of you can understand that and get with that and appreciate that. I don't think anybody's going to have an issue with that. And like I said, we might not be the right company for some people. And if we're not, and they don't like how we're doing it, they can go. No harm, no foul. I've been cleaning my roster up because I'm making my roster what I want it to be for when the move comes to 22. I believe Ed's going to be doing the same thing here soon. So, again, if you have more than one call and you can't handle everybody, please eliminate some of your calls so you can focus on the ones you've got and be more involved with those guys. Like Thomas O'Connor. I'm going to use him as an example. He's here. He logs in with the O'Connor account. Boom, 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 boom. But he might miss one of his other accounts here and there. Twisted ones. But with that being said, if those calls are just for the sake of fun, he should get rid of them. If they're important, ride them with them. Stay with them. Get rolling with them. And that's all I have to say about that. Also, I want to address the issue on the boards that was done today, yesterday, whenever it was, with Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse made a statement that he wishes he could find the woman who's making his job miserable and turn into Slaughterhouse, basically. Some people have taken offense to that. To me, that's almost like getting involved in politics. Everybody has their own opinion, their own point of view. If you want to voice your opinions to each other, by all means, go ahead. Just don't turn it into a drama fest. I'm going to let Slaughterhouse have his his vent. I'm going to allow, I think it was JT Parrott who jumped on him. Dutch McCoy jumped on him because Dutch McCoy just lost his father, and when a guy's on the board talking about, basically he wishes he could go kill a bitch, it offended him. He felt need to express that, and I had no problem with that, just like I had no problem with Slaughterhouse venting. So again, if that's something that's going to bother you, try to avoid it. I just don't want nobody arguing over it, because we're not going to control what you can and can't say here. That's just not right. Within reason, I guess we will. Certain things people ain't going to say and get away with, which is why we've already released some people in the past for using racial slang and terms, and that's not going to fly with me. And that's not just because we're in the current area, shit that we're in the state of affairs in this country. It would never have flied with me, period. My best friend in the world is a fucking black man. My son is named after a freaking black man. So I don't fuck around with that bullshit, and we'll never will. Now, show is at 10. If anyone has any questions in regards to anything that I've mentioned so far, there's anything that's going on so far, by all means, feel free to ask. And like I said, when I put the poll question up, when do we move to 2K22, please vote. And that's a poll question that's going to reference both myself and Ed's company. So UCW and GWA are both in question when you think we should do it. Because some people said, get the game, upload everybody as fast as you can, and go. Some people said, give some other people a time to wait. Now, my question for this is, if we give people time to get the game and wait, how much time is too much time? Because the people who've put the time in to get their guy going today, should we punish them in making them wait? Which is another reason why I'm saying now, if you're not getting the game right away and you can find somebody to make your call and you think you can trust them to get it as close to as possible, reach out to them as soon as possible. I'm not the greatest at making calls. Powerhouse is my creation. Professor's my creation. Bone Breaker's my creation because they didn't have the games. The game, I made them. Let me see. I'll go in here. I made Joey. I made Camera Lady. Who else did I make in here, if anybody? I kind of made Curtis Cage. I'm not going to lie. He was grabbed off the Community Creations and tweaked. So was Granny Breaker by me. Alex Dar was made by me. Like I said, when you take Alex Dar and you compare Alex Dar to like a John Savage, I think John just looks better. Just my opinion. Bruiser Who was made by Ed and Dwayner, and then I tweaked him a little bit, so it was a kind of a collaboration between us. I made Bobby Ace. I made Billy. I made more guys than I thought. I made his ring gear, but I didn't make him. The ring gear he wears is mine. Like I said, I made Professor. I made Tanaka and Show. I did make them guys. I made Vernon Quinn. So yeah. So my point is, we have to really make sure that we're having fun and doing what we need to do as a company as a whole, because whatever you guys do affects me, whatever I do affects you, and I want to have some fun. And I know you guys want to have some fun. That's why today's show is very important to me, because it might be my last show of the month. Again, this month's only another 5-6 days, but my wife is on this weird ass, pain in my ass schedule from 5 to 1 from today all the way into next week. So it's going to be hard for me to do shows, and when I do, they're going to be at this time of the day. So when I say it might be my last show for the week, for the month, it's because it might be my last show for the week, because she's been having off the same days I have, which is, I'm not going to lie, frustrating. Because all my wife does is come home and sleep anyway when she's on her off day. It's not like we take advantage of the time, so I'd rather her have different off days than me. So when I come home from work and want to go to sleep, and she's going to sleep because it's her off day, it doesn't get in the way of us actually spending time together. But when I'm off, I want to sit here and watch TV. I want to relax. I want to go live, and I want to run and scream and holler on the mic, and I can't because she sleeps in the living room. If she would go in the damn bedroom and shut the door, I could possibly do a show. But happy wife, happy life. I'm going to let her do what she wants. But she's only off 2 days a week, which means she's not off one of my days. But unfortunately, when she's on this 5 to 1 schedule, one of those days ends up being 5 to freaking 1, which means I gotta do the show early. Today she worked 5 to 1, but I was off last night, so I can do the show now and not have to worry about trying to get some sleep. I hope you guys understood all that. She may end up getting an evening shift somewhere between here and next week. She's not 100% sure. If she does, I will let you guys know during the show, because I'm going to message her here. Oh, shit. Excuse me, I had almost belched there. Damn, I'm messaging her now so I don't forget. Alright, I messaged her about that. We'll get information on that then. Like I said, I'll announce that during the show, because I'm going to try and figure out when to do the next event. But with everything being said, I'm going to try and do my shows as much and as often as possible with that. I would like to be able to pick one day a week to do my main show, and no more and no less. And I know Ed was thinking about doing the same thing. We would love for you guys to say, hey, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. Oh, that's an AEW line. My apologies. But you get my point. You know what day of the week it is, and you know Ed's going live. You know what day of the week it is, you know I'm going live. We're both wishing we could do that. I'm trying to get that set up with my wife. I'm trying to get her to get a solid schedule in order. Whatever time she works, but I would like to know what days I can do it. So, it is what it is. So we're trying to get it all done. We're trying to get it all worked out. Now, for the big thing I want to discuss real quick before I go off the air, I want to make this mention. I've considered this idea when we go to 2K22. And this is this. When I'm just going to go into a character here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm just going to grab somebody and go, and then you guys will see what I'm talking about. Alright, who do we get? I don't even know. I think it might have been Camera Lady. Nope, I got Buddy Blaze. Alright. Just about everybody has this. Just about everybody has 4,000 hit point ratio here. And skills. Most people go into the skills, and they click everything. And I do mean everything. Which means this number right there is 44. And then the abilities, most people go into the abilities and they click all of these, and when they do, they have all of these on level 3. I want to put a stop to that. I want to end that. I want that to go away. And here's what I'm thinking about doing. Limiting your ability amount that you can have, as well as your skills. This is assuming these things are still going to be available in the 2K22 wrestling. Okay? And what I want to do is have you earn it. Now, how do you earn it? Hello to the money you're making on the boards. You make money on the boards. You will buy your skills. You will buy your abilities. Okay? Now, right here, overall attributes. I'm thinking about changing the rules for this too. I'm thinking about telling guys I like to make my calls feel. Gotcha. That makes sense. I understand it. Now, when it comes to, like I said, yeah, I just was on that. Ability, attributes. This here, everybody maxes them out. Like right now, everybody in GWA and UCW is maxed out at 100. I'm thinking about changing it to 75. That's just the number I picked. That's negotiable. Maybe we can make it 80. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What my point for that is, the money. The money you make will determine how often you can go up with attributes. Also, when you win and lose, you can get attributes. Now, here's what I'm saying. Let's just say he's a 60 out of 90 here. Now, he just won his match. By winning his match, he earned a point. He contacts me and say, hey, I want 1 point of arm power. There it is. That's his win. Then I save it. and it just keeps building every time you win. Now, the problem with that is he needs 30 wins to max out his arm power. He would need 30 wins to max out the leg power if everything was 60. That sounds absurd. So that's why I said it's up for negotiation and debate, because we got to figure out how to make it work, how to make it legit. That's where the money comes in. The money is earned mostly for activity on the boards. So for every $10,000 you earn, for example, you can buy another point. Now, what I say about the boards is this. That's your ability to push yourself. Now, everybody likes to talk about Zack Ryder, okay, Matt Cardona. He created his own image through social media. He made people love him and like him, hate him, whatever. But either way, he became known. Whether you loved him or you hate him, and I give him credit where credit's due, he did what he had to do to get over. The company didn't know what to do with him because they thought he was worthless. I personally am not a big fan of the guy. I think he's average on the mic and has even less than average in-ring skills. But I'll give him credit where it was due. He needed to do what he needed to do, and he did it, and it worked, and he was successful, so kudos. So we take that type of idea and implement it into the boards. That is your chance to create your own push. I will act as if I'm a fan. Okay? Watching wrestling on television is simple. Everybody becomes a fan of who they become a fan of 9 times out of the 10, whether they realize it or not, because they're forced down your throat. But the flip side of that is also becomes why you hate them. The people you see on the screen more often, most of the people on TV you see more often are the people you end up being attached to more often because you see them more often. Okay? Yeah, that I know. He's the champion, and I think it's disgraceful. But that being stated, let me see something. Hold on. Okay, now, that being stated, you know, you're going to create your own push by being active. It's just like being on TV. Because I'm sorry, but if I go to the boards as a fan or a fellow call member and I see X-wrestler talking a lot, being involved in a lot, being interactive with me a lot, I'm going to get more attached to him than I will the guy I barely see. And I think you guys can understand that. Now, again, that's not going to become a demand. That's not going to become, hey, this is what you got to do, because I don't want to put that on people. But I'm trying to find the happy medium if I went with this idea. I'm still on the fence with it big time, leaning towards the don't do it side, because it just sounds like a lot of work. But the reason why I want to do it is there's too many carbon copies. There's too many carbon copies of guys. So the one thing I'm pretty sure I'm going to do is this. Skills and abilities will not be maxed out. You will be limited to what you can and can't pick. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with that. So everybody has their own set options. And as well as this, as well as paybacks. I want everybody to pick their own paybacks so that they're different. You know, you can have these if you wish. You know, pick any one you want. You know, these are fine. You know, these are cool. And by the way, don't do green mist if you're Billy, for example, because it doesn't fit your gimmick. It just doesn't. When you pick these things, make sure they fit your gimmick. You know, I don't want Buddy Blaze being a fucking tank. That makes no sense whatsoever. Anybody can be resilient. Whether you're big or small, people can have resilience. That makes sense. If you want to use the power of the punch, which means you pull brass knuckles out your trunks, make sure you're a heel. Don't be a good guy and use that. You guys get my drift when it comes to these things. This is, of course, again, if these things are available in the 2K22 game. But considering I'm going live, my wife's not off at least until the 14th of March. So my wife works every day until the 14th, ladies and gentlemen, and she just told me she thinks most of her work days are going to be 5 to 11 or 5 to 2, which means on my off days next week, if everything works out based off what she's saying, is when I'll be doing my shows. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday area was when I will do my next show. Personally, think overall should be 90. It means everyone. If everybody's a 90, that's what I don't like. That's too high for me. And the reason why I say it's too high is because 90s can beat hundreds. It's happened. Hell, Powerhouse already lost to a guy who was a 60 overall, and he was 100 overall. If everybody's in the 90s already from jump, it's frustrating. And I don't want to put everybody at 75 right from the door. I want to take what you've already done and contribute it to your guy as well. 75 would be the starting point, and we're going to take Thomas O'Connor since he's the one who made that suggestion. I want to take a look at his call right now so I can give you guys an example of what I mean by he would not be automatically at 75 unless it doesn't go any higher. If we look at the rankings of Thomas O'Connor, we will see that he currently sits with a record of 6-10 with 100 points in the records. Okay, he's got 100 points, 6 wins, 10 losses. Since he's got 6 wins, he may use, like I said, 6 points, but I'm not going to go with the 1 point thing. That sounds dumb. So let's just say every win's worth 5 points. He now has 30 points he can contribute to his call and put them wherever he wants if we went with the 5-point idea. You know, like I said, I'm not sure exactly what I want to do yet. So now he's got 30 points he can use before we even get started. And then when I go into his actual account, based off his activity, he has $125 to his name currently, but he has $6,764 in the bank and 6 cents. That's hilarious how it says in 6 cents. So if he has that, and let's just say it's the same thing, you get 5 points for every $1,000. As an example, he's got $6,000. It's another 30 points. I'm trying to come up with those ideas. Well, I'm not resetting anything. The company's staying the company, Powerhouse. Like, well, it's just it. Everything stays the same. That's why it's very important for me to know who is and isn't getting the game right away, so I know who I need to storyline on and off the show right away, because some people might not be getting the game, like we just seen in the chat. We're not getting the game till April. If the game comes out on the 8th of March, if I wait till April, that's basically a month of still riding with 2K19 when all these other companies are going to be immediately jumping on 2K22. We're going to start losing interest from people. New call handlers are going to want to go to the new companies or the other companies that are on 22 before they come to us. They're going to want to be a part of the new game, which helps deplete our roster, which helps deplete our base of getting new calls, and that's something we can't do. But at the same time, I don't know when the hell Ed and I are both getting the game. And like I said to you before, Ed's getting the game the day it comes out. If Ed can get everything in order by the end of the 8th, he'll be live on the 9th with 2K22. Whether I get the game or not. He's his own entity right now. He does his own thing on his own merit. We're just work together with the Call Wrestling Network and help promote each other. But he is his own company. I have no say, no power, no nothing with that. Same with him, with me. You know, so that's, oh man, so that's how that's going to do. But, you know, we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to enjoy it. Again, 10 o'clock's the pay-per-view. I don't want to be on here much longer. I want to give you guys a chance to go do the things you need to do for the next hour and 15 minutes before I go live. Again, if you want to send me a segment, write it up, text it to me on the boards. If you're still on Skype, you can send it to me there. If you want to cut an audio, you can send it to me there. Some of you know my phone number. We can do a live thing. Whatever you want to do, the options are there. But either way, I'm going to end this here. You know, you guys learned a few things. I mentioned a few things. I'm just trying to figure out what to do going forward, because I want to make sure whenever we go to 2K22, we're having the time of our life. Because I am loving the core of guys we got right now. We have a distinct core of guys that are here all the time. You know who you are, and for you, I thank you. I appreciate everything you're doing, because without you guys, we wouldn't be here. You know, I look at it this way. We've got 3-4 tiers of guys. We got the guys that are here for everything. You know, they show up to every live show. I don't know how some of you guys do that. Like, to me, that's impossible. But they come to every live show. They're on the boards active. They message me on Twitter. They talk to me on the boards. They're involved. Then you got the next set of guys who basically do all the same thing, but not all the time. Then you got the set of guys that never show up to live shows, or they show up to live shows and it's all they do. Like, we got guys that are never at live shows, but they're active on the boards. Then I got guys that are always on the boards and never at shows, and then always at shows, never on the boards. Opposite. You know, I think I said the same thing twice first, but they're opposite. Then we got the next group of guys. It's just like, I don't know why they're here. I don't know why they're here, and those are the guys I'm seriously considering getting rid of. I will let you guys know here now. People ask me what happened with Maple Leaf Mafia. Racism. That's all I'm going to say. Not having it. They left. Dollface just wasn't working out. It was going to be a female call, kind of, for Dwayne. He wasn't feeling it. We let it go. Maria Lopez Falcone was released. Yes, that was my wife's call. She just doesn't have time, doesn't want to do it anymore, so we let her call go. So like I said, I'm gonna move people as I feel fit to remove them. Real quick, considering the boards, Ed's not holding anyone's hand anymore, giving them heads up and letting them know, but I will be nice here and give you one last notice to anybody who might not be paying attention. Rockin' Soul Express, the 14th. If Ed's going by the 1 week thing, they already should be fired. Bobby Bronx, the 16th. That means today is a week for him. Lenny Love, same thing. Alexander Anderson was last on the 18th. That would mean he's got to be logged on the next 2 days if Ed's going to go by the 1 week thing. So, yes, everybody's got to, monitor their own thing, be involved. This is why I tell everybody this. There's 24 hours in the day. I know how busy I am. I work 8 hours a day. I got 2 kids. I got a wife. I got an apartment. I got 2 dogs. The fact that I even have time to do shows is amazing. So I put it to you this way. If someone that's 44 years old, such as myself, can work for 8 hours a day, go to bed when he gets home at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, wake up after going to sleep, make dinner for his family, help do the house chores around the house, help his children out with homework, take care of his dogs, and can go to his computer and put in cwnzone.boards.net, hit log in, log out, and then go back to his life, everyone can manage that. That's all you got to do. And the more calls you got, though, the more log in, log out, log in, log out you need to do, which is why I said deplete some of your calls if you can't handle everybody. It's not a problem. Me and Ed will be just fine with it. Let's let us know who you want to get rid of, and we'll try and storyline them out before we get to 2K22. That's all we ask. Message Ed if you want one of your guys out. If you don't say nothing. Same with me. Message me on the boards and let me know. All right, y'all. 10 o'clock. We'll be live in a little over an hour with the pay-per-view. Send in your segments if you want to send them in. Sweet emotion coming your way. It's going to be an off-the-wall show. It's going to blow people's minds. I'm already telling you guys that. People are not going to be the same following this show. And I just said that. They're not going to be the same after this show, and I can guarantee it. All right, y'all. Be safe. See you soon. Later.